Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right, good evening, good evening. Good evening to everyone that is able to make it here this evening. Wow, it's an amazing, amazing day. How has been your day? I hope your day went well. I hope it's amazing, just like mine. All right, it's good to have you here. So, wherever you are, wherever you're chatting from, wherever you're watching from, is going to be a blast. All right, thank you all for making it this evening. All right, so we want to start on time because we need to keep the time. All right, so if you can hear me, let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, drop a chat, let me know, or like this, let me know that you can hear me. All right. If you can hear me, let me know. Anybody home? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right. Good evening. Yeah. So this evening, I want to welcome you to the maiden edition of the Financial Clinic. And thank you for making a date today. The Financial Clinic is a place where we provide financial help. Okay? We don't give people handouts, but we attend to the root cause of financial problems. And that is what we are going to be doing here this evening. So tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody that there is a financial solution and it is here at the Financial Clinic. Okay? So let them be part of this class and let them be part of the next one next Thursday because we are going to be opening up a lot of things that many people do not know is their problem. All right. Okay, so in case you don't know me, my name is Darius Shokubin, and over the past 6 years, I have helped people to move from financial ignorance to financial literacy. Right. And guess what? I have helped them to achieve their financial goals. Many people have moved from debts, okay, and they've been able to pay off their debts. Many people have increased their net worth within that period, and they have gone from ignorance to financial intelligence. They have changed their lives. And guess what? Most of those people did not even know that they could do these things until we started the journey. And even the seemingly, the people you could really not imagine that they would be able to achieve their own financial intelligence, their financial, begin the path to financial freedom, they were able to do it. And guess what? What's your problem? We can provide solution for that. All right, so this is the maiden edition. As we begin to go into the next year, we're going to begin to bring some of them around here so that they tell you their stories. Will that be nice? Yeah, and we would also create new stories, new experiences, because you also can do these things. As we go through this class, I'm going to take some of the subjects that I discussed with them that began this journey for them. However, tonight I'm going to be focusing on 2025. Okay, and I'm going to be answering this question. Is 2025 going to be a financially tough year or a financial cruise? What's it going to be like in the Nigerian financial climate? What's it going to be like? What are individuals, what are homes, families, they're going to go through in 2025? I'm going to look into the data to talk about the experiences. Okay. So, and from there, I will be talking about 5 questions you need to ask yourself as you go into next year. 5 questions that you need to ask yourself. If you ask yourself these questions and you answer them appropriately, you will begin a journey. All right. So, that's going to be today's going to be the part one of this class. Next week is going to be the part two. And in that part two, we are going to be I'm going to be showing you 5 things that I'm going to be doing into next year. All right, that I am sure some of these things I have practiced, I've tested them, I've done them for myself, and then I want to share them with you. And I think they will be able to help you. So, but before we go into 2025, let's look into 2024. What has happened in the Nigerian landscape in this year, 2024? All right. So, one of the things that started in this year was that we Naira was devalued. And guess what? Because Naira was devalued, a lot of things began to shift. All right. So Naira went as high as almost 2,000 Naira to $1, and that hurts many people. You hardly find anybody who is not complaining about financial hardship this year, right? And there was inflation. Inflation was between 30 and 35%, creating more hardship, more financial troubles for many people in Nigeria. The GDP dropped. Of course, looking at the economic indices to $362 billion, people lost their jobs, people lost their means of livelihood, salaries were not being paid. Some institutions even had to lay them off. And to crown it all up, first, fuel prices also skyrocketed. All right. So for the average Nigerian, it was financial difficulty. So that's the stats for this year. What about 2025? What's it going to look like? Okay. So a little research that we did, we find out that, well, the outlook is looking good or looking better in the numbers, but what's the reality going to be like? All right. So it said that some of the researchers says that, or some of the economists says that the Nigerian naira is going to be strengthened in 2025. Wow, interesting. But maybe I have a twist to it. Okay, with the introduction of Donald Trump as the president, Nigeria leadership has to brace up because it's going to strengthen the dollar. So, what's going to happen to the naira? Well, we need to just keep watching. Inflation, it is said that inflation should be between 20 and 26%. Wow, looks like it's going to be a better year. But anytime you hear the word inflation, it means that prices will go up. So for 20% to 26%, it actually means that price will go up, but maybe not as fast as it did this year. It doesn't mean prices will not go up. But question is, how many people would have their income go up by 20 to 25% next year? Right? So is it going to be a tougher year? All right. So as at 2022, inflation was 13% to see how Nigeria has lived over the years. All right. So and the GDP is going to increase. Okay, many people are going to get jobs and so on and so on forth. So I also guess that most people will begin to adopt the CNG, irrespective of all the gist that is going on as we speak. But will that lessen the pressure on Nigerians? That's a big question. However, I don't think it will really, really make a difference. I think it will still feel like we are in this year for many people because it's not like prices are not going to go up. They are definitely going to go up, right? The indices are not, I mean, yeah, promising, but also most of those things we would not see them until, say, second quarter of the year into the mid year. And the year is going to be tough for many people. I mean, let me just be straight with you. It's not like everything, like things are going to be solved. Not like all these problems are going to be solved. So it's going to be tough for many people. And there are factors that you cannot control. These are factors that you cannot control. But then, does it make sense for people to begin to complain? Or what do you want to do in this process? Or you're thinking, okay, let me japa, but the rate is not even friendly. Or, okay, let me start a business. How would that work if you've not started one before? You want to change your job? Well, lucky you. But only a handful of people will be able to do that in the next year. Some other people are thinking, well, I'll just live my life and not bother and not bother about things and just wait for the government to get it right. I believe some people say, "Oh, I believe in the present in the government of the day. They are going to make Nigeria work. But listen to me. Your life is too important, it's too phenomenal for the course of your life to be dependent on what politicians will do. Too phenomenal, too important, too precious to God. So that you can't live your life just believing that the economic climate is going to adjust. There are many people that have thought, oh, the economy is going to be better. Ask your parents. In their years, it was tough. And they thought it's going to be better. It's going to be better. Guys, it has not gone better since then. So here's my question for you. What are you going to do about 2025, knowing that is also still going to be a tough year? So tonight, I'm just going to talk about 5 questions that you should ask yourself ahead of 2025. 5 questions you should ask yourself. Okay? This class is segmented into two. So the first part is 5 questions. The next class is going to be talking about the 5 things that I'm going to be doing into the year 2025 that I have done, practiced, and has worked for me. I'm going to be introducing those factors to you also. So, but let's take the questions. 5 questions that you should be asking yourself ahead of 2025. Ask yourself those questions. I want you to ask yourself those questions. Note down your responses. All right. And for those that are in our communities, feel free to ask me questions on the back of this. Feel free to share it. Right. And I guess I have people in the same community that are here watching me. All right. So it's going to be, we can make it a great year, even though the factors are not favorable. All right. Okay. So let's get started. 5 questions you should ask yourself. I mean, going into 2025. The first question is this: what financial posture will I take in 2025? What financial posture? There are different financial postures that people take, right? Because the posture is the way by which you approach the year. Many people have entered into a subconscious place where some postures that are not favorable is playing out in their life. And I'm going to talk about those 5 financial postures. So, first of all, as I begin to talk about them, identify the posture that you have exercised, that you have displayed in 2024, right? And I'm going to ask you. All right. So, the first posture I'm going to be talking about this evening is the financially dependent posture. Financially dependent posture. So, what posture have you been taking? So, this posture is the posture of the obtainers, those that signed up for a continuous SAPA. So they will be the ones asking you. They are dependent on others. Their financial decision is dependent on who will give them the money. Right? And sometimes some of them will go and give birth to children and now be telling people to come and bail the child and the mother from the hospital. That is a financially dependent posture. If you are that person that cannot do things and you have to call people before you get things done, before you raise that fund, before your children are able to eat, before you get the next meal, you have taken the financially dependent posture. And many people will still take it next year and complain, oh, the economy is hard. But you don't think that the person you're talking to is also in that economy. So what posture, if it's financially dependent, some people, even the data they're using to watch me, they got it from someone. So that's the first posture. The second posture is a financially prodigal posture. Financially prodigal posture. All right. These are the people that they spend all their money. Once they receive an income, they go ahead, they blow it, have fun, and then they come back to the place they raised the money from. Is that talking about you? Okay, is that talking about you? So some of these people are on a job, obviously. So they go. Some people don't spend it on parties. Some of them spend this money on clothes, cosmetics, and then when they are done, they are broke. They get back to work, or get back to their business, make some more money, come back again and spend it up. That is another posture the people take. Is this your posture in 2024? Don't let it go into 2025 with you. All right, so the next posture is a financially lost posture. These are people that go in, year out, okay? They don't have any clue. They don't have any clue. Okay, they don't have any clue. They sometimes these people go hungry. There are two extremes. Some of them are the rich but financially lost, and some are the poor and financially lost. So for the poor and financially lost, they don't know how to ask people money. They would rather go hungry, and anything goes. When we get it, we spend. Some of them can go 1 day, 2 days, right? Oh, as they work and the money comes in, they are just lost, and it has become a norm. The other part, the rich part of these financially lost people are those that they always spend their savings. They will accumulate money, and start spending. They don't do anything. Investment, even if they invest, by the time they really need the money, they are going to look for a way to liquidate it. They are financially lost. There's no plan. There's no future. Okay? The fourth one is the financially independent benefactor. These are the people that make money, and when they make money, they share it. Oh, I make money, and somebody says, I need this down. They enter their account and then they bring something out. Oh, Debbie says, wow. Yeah. They enter their and bring something out. And at the end of the month, you can find out that they don't even have anything. They have a good job, right? But that money, they say, oh, we are supposed to give, no future. There are those people that they talked about when they say, don't worry about my future. My future will take care of itself. Financially independent benefactor. So everybody knows them. You need money. I'll go and tell you. No, no, no. He will. I'm not saying you should not help people. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that the money that comes to you in that money that comes to you is a seed that will sort you for years to come. That will take away the pressure, financial pressure from you. But now you are taking the seed and the crop and you're eating it, and you're dashing it out. There will be a time in which this job will not be there, this source of income. It will be difficult to make money the same way you make it now. What would you do at that time? Right? So the final one is a financially sound posture. Financially sound posture. All right. These are people that already have plans for the money and they can implement. They have giving plans, they have investment plans, they have savings plans, they have all those things at their disposal. So now I want you to do something. If I have mentioned your financial posture, can you please give this video a like? Let me know that I have mentioned yours. I mean, just like it. Let me be sure that I've mentioned yours. Or you can like, you can comment. Let me know that I have mentioned yours. Or else, let me know that, oh, still need to do some research. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie Zoe. All right. Please like, please comment. Let me know that I have mentioned yours. The bad part is that I have seen people who have moved from one posture, a positive posture, to a negative posture. Some have also moved from a negative posture to a positive posture. I'll share a story. So there is this guy that I know, and one of the things that endeared me to him was because he was very hardworking. And I was just like, wow, you're hardworking, you're alone. I mean, he came down from the village to Lagos and I met him. I was like, you're hardworking and you're alone. So even some of the things we need at home, even if we can get it by the street, we go all the way and then tell him to deliver it to us on Sunday because we went to the same church as we speak, as at then. Yeah. So I mean, this guy will do this, and I'll be glad. I'll just, oh yeah. A couple of years later, he made some money, like He made a lot of money. So it was easier for him. So, but like every financially lost posture person, he spends the money. So after that, this guy went from a hardworking, financially lost person to becoming a financially dependent person. He shifted in his posture. So don't think that these things cannot happen, right? You would have also seen people, you also know people who every time they need things, they call you. So, I mean, this guy now got to the place in which anything he needs, he is calling. He is working, but he's not as fruitful. But what does he do? Not as hard working. There was a time I called this guy and said, "Oh, see, okay, you don't have a job. Let me do, I mean, come and do this, and I'm going to pay you for everything you do." I was not supposed to work on my computer and do some other things to upload some products. And this guy told me he can't do it. I'm just like, so I just couldn't say anything. And the same way, I have seen people who have gone from financially prodigal posture to being financially sound. So you can change your own reality too. You can do it, guys. You can do it. People have done it and you can too. All right. So it's time for you to come out. If you are in any of these negative posture, it's time for you to come out and say, like the prodigal son. You know, the prodigal son has spent everything he had and said, "Wow, I will now go to my father. I would ask to even become his servant." That was what the prodigal son did. So this is the time in which you want to cry to God and say, "God, my posture must change in 2025." So as you are going for what nice service, go and pray that this posture, even though that's not what we're going to do, I'm not against praying. I mean, prayer is a fundamental part of the human life and you need to do it. Okay. So, but here's it. The major thing you need to do is to know what the problem is. What is the problem with your finances? Are there witches? Are there wizards? Who exactly is responsible for these things that you're going through? You need to answer that question. You are not able to save. Like Yoruba will say, "Oh, lakojo." All right, all these things, you're not able to do these things. Who is responsible for it? So ask yourself, is it the economy? Is it family? Is it friends? Is it, oh, my income is the problem, it's not increasing. My expense is too much. I am financially illiterate. I cannot earn more than this. I have a funny degree. What exactly is the problem? You need to ask yourself that question. Okay. But this is it. I think I know what the problem is. The problem is you. The problem is you. It's not any of these things that we have mentioned. And why do I think so? There are people that have your others or others that are bigger than yours that have succeeded financially. If there is anybody that has made it with the same system within which you grew, or the same likeness, or worse conditions that you have, because you will always see people that have worse conditions. Maybe you can even watch YouTube. Some people can never do that. So the problem is you. Because if others can, you should quit complaining because the problem is you. The truth is, you cannot achieve a financial standard that you have not become. There needs to be a becoming before an achievement. The reason you are not earning millions now is because you have not become a millionaire as yours. I mean, as a person. If you have not become it, don't expect the result. So I say again, the problem is you, not someone else. I know that's not a place to be happy, but look inward, and the problem is you. So here's the question. The third question is, now that we know, or even if you agree with me or disagree, that the problem is you, what is that one thing you must do right now to experience a transformation? What's that one thing? So ask yourself. That's the third question. What's that one thing you must do for you to be able to experience a new reality? All right. This is one question I will answer for you. This is one question I'll answer for you. What you need to do is to eliminate yourself. Yeah, you heard me right. Eliminate yourself. How do I mean? The Bible says in John chapter 12, verse 24, it says, if a corn of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it bringeth forth much fruit. The reason you are not fruitful is because you have not fallen to the ground and died. The things that should be stripped off you have not gone off. That's why you have this reality and it's not changing. Guess what? For many people, do you know that 80% of people die struggling financially? And in Nigeria, the numbers are worse. But until you eliminate yourself, until you take away your old self, there is a self in you that is making it difficult for you to climb beyond where you are. You need to eliminate that self. Okay, so let's talk. How do you eliminate this self? And that's the fourth question. How do you eliminate this um, old self? This self that is not progressive, this self that feels like a failure, this self that has been struggling over the years financially, this self that does not seem to get himself when it comes to money. How do you eliminate the self? Okay, I'm going to give you three ways by which you can do that. Okay, the first thing you are required to do is to identify those habits that belong to this old self that you want to eliminate. There are habits that this old self has, and these habits needs to be eliminated. What do you do about these habits? So, and there are different habits that comes with poverty. Number one, you have impulsive spending. I mean, it's a poverty habit. Another one is lack of plan. You don't have plans for your money. So people that have plan for your money come and then they get the money off you. All right. You focus on expenses. Oh, what am I going to spend? How am I going to spend? Oh, there's a party. There's a this. There's a that. One of the things that when we got married, one of the things that we eliminated was ashrebiism. Right. So in Nigeria, when you're holding a party, you share clothes. You use it as a form of fundraising. When we were getting married, it was a strategic plan, so we didn't even raise our share. I mean, so so anybody that comes, because those clothes most times are overpriced, and when people do those things, and they want to raise money, but I would rather give you what I can than be forced to pay 50,000, 100,000 on a cloth. All right, that was one of the things first stance we do. We took. People focus on expenses. Some people don't even have emergency savings. Anything happens to you today, you cannot raise the value of your full salary. I mean, not having savings is not having savings is a poverty thing, and you need to eliminate it. Okay, some people have entitlement. They depend on others, and they are entitled towards it. You must give me. No, you are the only one that can save me. And one thing I do is this: when there are people that say, oh, you are the only one that can help me, I find a way not to help them. Because I cannot take the place of God. It is God that can help you, not humans. Some people have shifted their focus from God to people. Once I call this person, I'll get it. Why not put yourself in a place of discomfort? Why not put yourself in a place in which you say, okay, if God cannot help me in this, then I'm not getting out of it. So, guys, eliminate this old self, this old habits that comes with that person, that posture that you carried. Okay, so if you carry a posture of financially being financially dependent on others, you need to kill those habits that bring it out. I'm going to show you how you're going to do it. All right. So the second thing you should do in eliminating this old habit, okay, is to ask why. Ask yourself why. Why do I do this? Why do I have to depend on others? Why do I have to wait for people before I can eat? So, and then when you ask yourself, why do I have to wait for people? Why do I have to let people raise the money for me and not me go out there to work? And then you find out that the answer is, oh, I don't have enough income. And the next question is, why don't I have enough income? Oh, I don't have a good job. Why don't I have a good job? Oh, I don't have a good degree. Why don't I have a good degree? And you can see that it's coming down to you. It's still coming down to you. Why don't I have a good degree? I don't have money. Why don't I have money? You go back, I don't have a good job. And why don't I have a good job? Because I don't have a good degree. But you see, all these questions will answer to one person. We'll show you one person in that picture. It's you. Until you improve, until you change, nothing changes. Your posture will not change in 2025. Many people shout Happy New Year, but there cannot be a Happy New Year or a new year without a new you. As you begin to go into that year, change your person and begin a new journey. Those old habits, be ready to eliminate them and imbibe new habits. First of all, see yourself as the problem, not the economy. If others are succeeding and doing well in the same economy, then it shows that you can live well without the economy. I mean, sorry, with the economy. So the next thing you need to do under asking yourself questions to eliminate yourself is to be reborn. You need to reborn. Yoruba says something, says that it is that people can give birth to you, but it gets to a time in which you have the responsibility to give birth to yourself. A new you has to come out. This same person that we have here cannot do well in life. This same person that we have here cannot succeed financially. This same person that we have here will always complain about things. This same person that we have here will always overspend. This same person that we have here will make a mess of opportunities because he is ignorant. So how do you reborn yourself? Bible says, Romans 12 verse 2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Say, be not conformed to this world. Don't be conformed to the economy. Don't be conformed to the things that other people around you do. Don't be conformed. Don't be one with it. Don't be one with Nigerian economy. As the economy is going down, you too, you are going down. My mentor says something, says that when there is a recession and then all you face is financial hardship, he said something. He said that it means that you were in a recession before the recession began. And the truth is, many people are even already used to financial hardship. You go back in time, 2010, it is hard. 2011, it is hard. 2013, it is hard. We are in 2024, it is still hard. Guys, if that is your reality, it shows number one, don't depend on the economy. Don't look for one day that the economy will boom. Don't look inward because your financial hardship experiences is a cost that is killing you. That is killing you because hardship comes at a cost. You're not able to do certain things in life. You're not able to become a certain person. Because when people suffer poverty, it kills their mind. It drains them of the capacity to innovate. They cannot believe themselves. Self-confidence is in the water. So, if you are experiencing financial hardship, it is not because of the financial climate. It is because of what you lack. And the first thing you lack is knowledge. Everything starts from knowledge. If I ask you today, can you operate on a cancer patient? If you're not a medical person, you will say, no, I cannot. But let's give you education. Let's school you for 7 years. You will come back being that same person, that same human, with a different set of knowledge. You can now operate on a cancer patient. It's about what you know. What you know, what you don't know is actually killing you. You have financial hardship because you don't have the first thing that will help you be reborn, and that is financial knowledge. Without financial knowledge, you cannot make financial progress. You can't. So the fact that some people feel that, oh, if this money falls into my lap, let's say somebody gives me 10 million, I will change my life. Guy, you're not going to change nothing. You won't change nothing. I mean, let me be frank with you. I've seen it happen, right? I've seen it happen. You will not change Jack. I give you a couple of years, you'll be back. Because if you lack knowledge, the Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge, not because of lack of money. Perish means to be underwater. It is lack of knowledge, financial knowledge, that is your problem. I've seen people earn well. I've seen people earn well. They earn well. They can't invest. When you talk about investing, they are looking for Ponzi scheme. Okay. I've seen people ask me ridiculous rates when they want to invest in, in our business. It's like, what you need is a Ponzi. Some people have asked me for guarantees. You need to reborn yourself in the place of knowledge. What are you hearing? What are you watching? Some people can spend hours on social media. They can spend the whole day on social media. Social media is killing you guys. If you use that opportunity to develop a skill or to improve your financial literacy, you will not be where you are today. You won't be where you are today. The second way, the second thing you need to do to reborn yourself is to check your association and change them. I'm not saying you should go and meet them and tell them what to do. This you are there, this are that. No. In fact, withdraw from them. Spend 2025 being alone so that you can be buried and reborn. Spend 2025. Just be alone. Say, no, I'm not going on any outing. They will not see you on social media. When you're on YouTube, you're learning. Because it's the lack of knowledge that is making you perish. It's the lack of knowledge that makes your yearly experiences to be recycled. Right? So your association, you need to detach from an association that is taking you backward. Those friends of yours that still carry that old habits, don't carry them along and say, oh, let's go and change our habits together. They won't help you. Then look for better companies, look for societies, look for networks that can help you. And talking about networks, next year we are doing something very special. We are having the Millionaire Inner Circle. I'm going to talk more about it. And it's going to be a splendid one. We are going to build the habits of wealth, and we are going to begin to see people move in their finances. It has already happened. We are just putting it within a system. So, guys, your association might be killing you. Change, reborn, rebirth your association. All right, die to a certain kind of relationship and begin another kind of relationship. Okay. The third way to reborn yourself is to give yourself up to discipline. The way by which you got those habits is because you did them consistently. You displayed those habits consistently, you enjoy them consistently. It could be from your parents. Your parents were working, you were doing nothing, and they didn't say anything about it. You are not going to school, and they didn't say anything about it. You have consistently built that habit. And that is one of the reasons why we have the 30 days challenge, money challenge. So, guys, you can make your tomorrow different and you can start now. Reborn yourself in the place of discipline. Go through a process, go through processes. As you learn, go through processes that will make you a better person based on your learning. Then the last one is to take action. If you have knowledge and you don't do, you are worse than the person that had no knowledge and still does not do, because that person has a chance. You have blown yours. Take action. One of the most difficult things about people is that they don't take action at all. They learn, instead of them to be consistent, they are not consistent. They are not even doing anything. They are not doing anything. So, guys, you have the opportunity to change your 2025 because you would have repeated the things, the same experiences this year that you had this year, the same experiences you had 2 years ago, last year. You would likely repeat that experience. Like I said at the beginning, there is no new year without a new person. You that is seated here listening to me, how are you going to be different? Go through these questions. Ask yourself those questions. Some of these questions I have answered for you so that you don't rock your head too much. And the ones I have not answered for you, it's time for you to answer them for yourself. So it's time for you to express a rebirth of the person that is watching this video. Nobody will do it for you. Nobody can know things for you. Nobody is your wisdom bank. You are the best wisdom bank you have. No matter anybody you send to school to go and learn something, oh, send this person to go and learn about finance, right? If you also do not have the knowledge, you are still an illiterate. So, guys, it's time to start a journey. Are you ready for it? So, how many of you are willing to change your financial posture in 2025? Okay? And if you're willing to do that, the time to start is now. You can start. You can change your life, you can change your experiences. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I hope that you can make use of this content for your own life. All right. So I really appreciate everyone on this call. Go over these things. Next week, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things that I am doing personally into next year. That if you do them, it will also help you. All right. So I hope you have had an amazing time. Okay. Let me see you in the comments if you'd like to share with me what you learned or if you learned something at all. Okay, I would like to know. All right, so you can share in the comment section. I would like to read it. I'd like to respond to you, and if you have questions, please feel free and drop your questions. All right, so I need you to know that the sky is not your limit. The Nigerian economy is not your limit. You are the one stopping you. Thank you all. See you next Thursday. All right, bye.